January of 2007, doujinshi artist Raita drew a sketchy picture of a girl with no arms painting with her feet. That sketch made it to 4chan, and the genuine wave of emotional endearment it generated was strong enough to inspire a group of people of various nationalities to form an amateurish game developing team, 4Leaf Studios, and produce their only release for everyone to enjoy for free. Thus, the blueprint for Katawa Shoujo was defined, and the following 5 years of painstaking and meticulous work bear their fruit with that final product. Which is by far one of the most mature, involving and tear-jerking readings of our times. The fascinating gist about visual novels is that, being basically the physically empowered version of an illustrated choose-your-adventure book, only focused on bonds and friends/love relationship instead of actual adventures, their credibility as gaming diegeses comes from the fact that they have to be the farthest thing from a regular video game as we know it. Which really means it's all about the story. Katawa Shoujo proudly makes its way into this category by displaying an outstanding level of writing never before experienced in any game or book I've ever played or read. The first chapter of this emotional roller coaster serves both to introduce our male lead and to give us a general overview of the context in order to ease our way into a proper suspension of disbelief. With all of that in mind, let's just delve into it. This is Team Yume plays Katawa Shoujo. Enjoy! Welcome everyone to Team Yume's Let's Play video series of Katawa Shoujo, which literally translates as Disability Girls, or Crippled Girls, but Disability is more PC.
Isn't that pleasant?
I am Devar, I am Shannon, I am Madhog Thy Master, we started off so well, and this girl is Devar, and the other, no, reverse that. We have Devar, Kvaron, and Shannon, also known as Miss Esme90 on YouTube, fellow Team Yume members. Hi there, everyone.
Hello there, everybody.
Hello.
And we're about to start playing this game, so let's start playing right now.
Yes, a game with an interesting development, so to speak. Let's check the options first. Yeah, disable that.
Why would you do that?
Why wouldn't I do that?
Why are you disabling adult content? That's the fun part.
Well, come on, are you really? Is that what everyone came here for?
Well, no. Actually, we really came here to experience one of the best written visual narrative experiences ever put together, and being available for free.
And having a little on the side.
But that can be cut out entirely. It won't really affect the story. That's more like, you know, something you put into these games to make them sell. Except this game is actually for free, so that doesn't make much sense. But anyway, it was developed by guys that met each other on 4chan. So actually, we got very lucky. It came out the way it came out, which is very good. It's surprisingly good, which is the best kind of good. The one that you won't expect it to be that good.
Consider it's 4chan.
Well, to be more honest, it's for people.
A bunch of guys on 4chan.
Yes, they don't exemplify the entirety of 4chan. If they did, 4chan would be the best place on earth. It isn't. So, let's start playing Katawa Shoujo.
Okay, so with disabled adult content. Okay, just because you two want it.
No, you can cut it out. We don't have to edit it out when we actually edit it.
Oh, good.
You just put little censor bars over it. We're all adults here.
Yes, we're adults here.
Yes.
Start.
Yes, we start.
Alright, who's reading?
Winter has come, gone, and returned.
A light breeze causes the naked branches overhead to rattle like wooden wind chimes. This is a popular treat for couples in the summer.
It's kind of winter, but okay. No, those don't look like petals of a sakura tree blooming. That definitely look like snowflakes.
Hisao doesn't know the difference between winter and summer, apparently.
The deciduous trees provide a beautiful green canopy far out of sight of teachers and fellow students. I think we've already met our first person who doesn't know how to see things.
I think he's the blind one.
That's not his disability either.
But now, in late winter... Oh, good! He was just getting to that.
Okay.
It feels like I'm standing under a pile of kindling. I breathe into my cupped hands and rub them together furiously to prevent them from numbing in this cold.
Winter wrap-up, winter wrap-up.
Don't start.
Who's Hisao gonna be, or is it gonna be me?
I'll be Hisao if you want.
Sure, why not? I'll be the girls. That should be fun. That should probably be entertaining.
Okay, Shannon, you be the boy, we'll be the girls.
Okay.
Alright.
I'll be the cute one.
Wait, does that mean I can be Kenji?
Yes, you can be all the boys.
You can be Kenji.
Yes. Just how long am I expected to wait out here anyway?
She didn't have to change her voice a bit. She's already masculine sounding.
I'm sorry. I'm used to doing high girl voices. I'm sure the note said 4 o'clock p.m.
4 o'clock p.m. You just said 4 p.m.
Don't care.
Ah, yes. The note slipped between the pages of my math book. Apparently, I'm about to say mouth book. While I wasn't looking. As far as cliches go, I'm more of a fan of the letter in the locker, but at least in this way, shows a bit of initiative.
It's still better than the severed horse head in the bed.
As I ponder the meaning of the note, the snowfall gradually thickens, and he dies there of hypothermia. Goodbye, buddy!
End of the game.
The snowflakes silently falling from the white painted sky are the only sign of time passing in this stagnant world.
Cynical much? What are you, 80?
Their slow descent upon the frozen forest makes it seem like time has slowed to a crawl. Actually, I just realized, since you said 80, the rustling is of dry snow underfoot startles me, interrupting the quiet mood.
Please have this voice forever as a narrator.
Someone is approaching from behind.
Is it a tentacle?
Is it a tentacle? Is it a suction cup?
No, it's oh my gosh, it's 3 question marks.
My favorite character.
Who should play this question mark?
Hisao? You came?
Not yet,
that's baby.
What she
said. Well, we kind of cancelled each other's joke because we said it at the same time.
Sorry. A hesitating, barely audible question.
It's out of death.
However, I recognize the owner of that dainty voice instantly. I feel my heart skip a beat.
Foreshadowing!
A couple beats.
Because Dr. Fred finally met Edna and had a heart attack.
This is the origin story of Dr. Fred and Edna, how they fell in love. Or not.
It's a voice I've listened to hundreds of times, but never as more than an eavesdropper to a conversation. I turn to face this voice, the voice of my dreams, and my heart begins to race.
Faceless lady. The Wanako? I got a note telling me to wait here. It was yours?
Yeah. Damn it! I spent all afternoon trying to come up with a good line and that was the result! This was a failure of an experiment! Pathetic!
Ahem! Yes? I asked a friend to give you that note. I'm so glad you got it.
A shy, joyous smile that makes me so tense I couldn't move a single muscle even if I tried because I have arthritis.
And apparently he really can't move, and he's immobilized in the snow. Visual novels, they're so easy to make fun of.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
I think I know what his problem is.
Is it Sauron?
My heart is pounding now, as if it were trying to burst out from my chest and claim this girl for itself.
I don't think it's just the emotion.
I think it's an alien chest burster trying to burst out.
No, it's the Eye of Sauron, looking for the one true ring.
It's an alien Sauron.
So, here we are, out in the cold.
Great. Greatest slide ever.
It's possible to have sex in the snow. We can make it work.
Once again, the wind stirs up the branches. The cacophonous. What the heck is this word?
It's a word in the English language, Tavar. You should know that.
Well, I'm rarely seeing this word, okay? The cacophonous.
The word cacophonous was first coined to describe the music
Shut
of
up,
one
Madhog! No one cares!
as Stravinsky.
The cacophonous noise is music to my ears.
It is.
Our knuckle flinches over so softly against a gust of wind. Where should we play as Dorothy? As it passes, she rights herself as if supported by some new confidence. Her eyes lock with mine, and she lazily twirls her long dark hair around her finger. All the while, the anxious beating of my heart grows louder.
Boom, 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 boom.
My throat is tight. I doubt I could even force a word out if I tried.
Dr. Fred, I think you forgot your pills this morning. You see, I wanted to know if you go out with me.
No. Or...
And pauses for dramatic effect in between lines. She clearly learned to talk by William Shatner.
I stand there motionless, save for my pounding heart.
I think this is the moment you should start to be worried about that.
I want to say something in reply, but my vocal cords feel like they have been stretched beyond the breaking point.
Isao?
I reach up.
Is his name? Wait, is his name Isao or am
Isao.
Isao. Okay, perfect.
Isao.
Oh, perfect.
I reach up to try to massage my throat, but this only sends spikes of blinding pain along my arms.
Isao?
Because this is his house. His house.
Davar, I would have hoped we could avoid such hideous jokes about foreign languages.
Of course. But I couldn't help myself. Okay?
Come on, we can have fun here.
My whole body freezes, save for my eyes, which shoot open in terror.
Perhaps you shouldn't be out in the cold.
That explains a lot.
Give me the ring!
That's not your line!
Sauron, evil Sauron from space!
The beating in my chest suddenly stops, and I go weak at the knees. The world around me, the canopy of bare branches, the dull winter sky, Iwanoko running towards me. All these fade to black.
Okay, judging by the transition, we're about to enter in a dimension of sight, of thought, of...
You're entering a room.
Of sound.
The last things I remember before slipping away are the sounds of Iwanako's screaming for help and the incessant clatter of the branches above. Someone is trying to be Shakespearean.
Yeah, opening credits.
Well, I'd say this is very well written.
Oh, animation?
Oh yeah, there is an yeah.
There's a little bit of animation in there.
Yes, there is an animation for every of the individual paths you manage to choose throughout this game. So when you end up in a story with one girl, you have an animation for that girl, and so on.
Interesting.
Oh, they're really well done considering they're completely amateurish, and this game is made by people who never made other games before, or will probably never made games after this. If you think about it, these people spent 5 years of their life making a game completely out of passion. Without ever cashing in on it on something. They just made it completely out of devotion and passion, and because they had confidence in what they created together. That, I think, it's an inspiring story in its own right.
I agree with you on that one. There's just no other way to put it. Okay, we're blurring out. Is this our site, or is this just the game basically saying, look how nice it is? It's been 4 months since my heart attack.
Change your voice. Change your voice, Devar.
Okay. It's been 4 months since my heart attack.
Can you do it Shatner-like?
Okay, I'll try. In that whole time, I can probably count the times I've left the hospital room unsupervised, on one hand.
Your Shatner sounds a bit like Christopher Walken.
You mean
How is that a bad? That's not a bad thing.
No, it isn't. Go on.
4 months is a pretty long time when you're left alone with your thoughts. So I had plenty of time to come to terms with my situation. Arrhythmia.
It's arrhythmia.
Oh, arrhythmia.
And it's a super serious thing.
Oh, no, okay, throw out the silly voices, everything. We gotta get rid of every joke from this room now. Yes,
Guys, this is serious.
Okay, I'm going to wear my super serious glasses to emphasize the seriousness of it all.
A strange word, a foreign, alien one that you don't want to be in the same room with. No, Madhog, no jokes.
I'm sorry. I'm really.
Your voice already.
I've dropped it for the scene because it's so serious. A rare condition. It causes the heart to act erratically and occasionally beat way too fast. It can be fatal. Eesh. Apparently I've had it.
It can. It definitely can.
Apparently I've had it for a long time. They said it was a miracle that I was able to go on so long without anything happening. Is that really a miracle? I guess it was supposed to make me feel better, more appreciative of my life. It really didn't do anything to cheer me up. My parents, I think, were hit harder by the news than I was. They practically had 2 hemorrhages apiece. I had already had a full day by then to digest everything. To them it was all fresh. They were even willing to sell our house in order to pay for a cure. Of course, there isn't a cure. Because of the late discovery of this condition, I had to stay at the hospital to recuperate from the treatments. When I was first admitted, it felt like as if I was missed. For about a week, my room in the ward was full of flowers, balloons and cards. But the visitors soon dwindled, and all the get-well gifts began trickling down to nothing shortly after. I realized that the only reason I had gotten so many cards and flowers was because sending me their sympathy had been turned into a class project. Maybe some people were genuinely concerned, but I doubt it. Even in the beginning, I barely had visitors. By the end of the first month, only my parents came by on a regular basis. Iwanako was the last to stop visiting.
Well, that was a bummer.
Yeah.
Nope.
After 6 weeks, I never saw her again. We never had that much to talk about when she visited anyway.
Super bummer.
That sucks.
I mean, I'm okay. At this point, if you put yourself in the shoes of this main character, he had a full life. He was about to go out with the girls of his dream. Then, in an instant, everything was stripped away from him. His friendships, his livelihood, everything. Because of this one moment that he's now going to be forced to live with for the rest of his days. Which might not even be that long because arrhythmia is a dangerous beast like that. So, yeah. At this point, I was already fully immersed in the story the first time I played this game, because of how, well, of how seriously it's taking all this. I mean, there is nothing quirky or funny or forcefully hilarious like in typical visual novel fashion. This is a serious condition, and it's treated as such. But at the same time, the game also acknowledges this isn't the end of the world. Let's continue on. And I'm sorry if jokes may be a bit sparse from now on, because, well, this is a genuinely good story to begin with. So
I like that.
I like them too, Shannon, but we have to give the writers their due.
And we also have to chuck them out of the room for a few minutes before we bring them back in for the party. We didn't touch the sub.
When Kenji comes by, I'm releasing everything. Nothing is going to be taken seriously when Kenji is on screen.
Oh, well, Kenji is the necessary comic relief character. I mean, this game would have been much more gloomier if you didn't have the crazy guy. We're going to get to Kenji.
You know what? Let's get Kenji's ending.
You know what? Let's go on the bar.
We didn't touch the subject that was between us on that snowy day ever again. The hospital. It's not really a place I like to live in. The doctors and nurses feel impersonal and faceless. I guess it's because they are in a hurry and they have a million other patients waiting for them. But it makes me feel uncomfortable. For the first month or so, I asked the head cardiologist every time I saw him for a rough estimate of when I'd be able to leave.
I would like to compliment Davar for not misspelling a single word up until this point. An applause to this man.
He never answered.
More like a slow sarcastic clap, but
he never answered anything in a straightforward way, but told me to visit. Told me to wait and see if the treatment and surgeries worked.
Wrong. Yay!
May God have mercy on your soul, Madhog, if I hit you with the back of my ring hand.
No, I can deflect it like Gohan, and he's probably going to hit somebody else because of that.
So I idly observed the scar that those surgeries had left on my chest slowly change its appearance over time. Think of it as some kind of an omen. I still asked the head cardiologist about leaving, but my expectations are low enough now that I'm not disappointed anymore when I don't get a reply. The way he shuffles around, the answer shows that there is at least some hope.
Is the music loud or not, Davar?
The music should be loud enough.
I should have asked that before, because, you know, I don't want Shannon's voice to be covered, because I'm going to assume her voice is will be the most soft in the final product.
Don't worry, I've put the sound down quite a lot. Well,
alright.
At some point I stopped watching TV. I don't know why. I just did.
Watching TV? What are you? What are these, the 90s? It's like a million years ago. Get on with the times. Watch a YouTube video.
Get with the program.
Of a cat singing on a saxophone or some other crud.
Maybe it was the wrong kind of escapism for my situation. I started.
It depends. Was it reality TV?
Yeah, that actually would make a lot of sense now.
I stopped watching too.
Anyway, I started reading instead. There was a small library at the hospital. Oh wait, he quoted the library as in library at the hospital, although it was more like a storeroom for books. I began working my way through it, one small stack at a time. After consuming them, you don't eat them, silly.
Well, unless he's hungry for words.
He's hungry for knowledge.
Now I was trying. Everybody ruins my shows every time. I swear to God.
Shannon's were better. I would go back for more. I found that I liked reading, and I think I even became a bit addicted. I started feeling naked without a book in my hands.
Oh, this guy is turning into a Twilight Sparkle. Before you know it, he's going to grow wings and a horn.
But I loved the stories. That was what my life was like.
Or maybe he's going to gain paper-related superpowers, like in that anime. What's it called?
I forgot.
Where is Ross Ferris when you need him?
The days became increasingly harder to distinguish from each other, differing only by the book I was reading and the weather outside. It felt like time blurred into some kind of gooey mass. I was trapped inside, instead of moving within. A week could go by without me really noticing it. Sometimes I pause in realization that I didn't know what day of the week it was.
Could you skip it? Could you skip all this? I know it's not professional, but we kind of get the point. It's really well written, but I really would like for this guy to actually get to the school at this point.
Okay, for the pages of my book,
Alright.
I couldn't even cry.
I couldn't even cry.
Today the doctor comes in and a smile. He seems very excited, but not be very. He's like he's trying to make it up. Everybody be happy on my behalf. The parents of it's Richard the cardiologist take his time to sort in his papers and then set them aside and break the point of the paper of this. And then he casually sits down at the edge of the bed and makes a smile. He looks to me in the eyes of the woman.
Hello, Lisa. How are you today?
I don't answer him, but I smile a little bit back at him.
I believe that you can go home. Your heart is stronger now, and with some precautions, you should be fine.
Okay.
Okay, should we actually skip this or just keep going?
Yes, skip everything.
The doctor hands a sheet of paper, so many. I take it with hand a look.
Skip. Oh, change the
really
scenery.
long list of medications staring back at me from the paper seems
Oh my.
insurmountable. They all blend together in a sea of letters. Oh, good lord. How many medications does he want?
I found erectile dysfunction.
I actually really like this brief frame because it gives you that sense of anxiousness that this character has when confronted with the sheer number of medicines and pills he has to take.
I'm staring at the fact that it says erectile dysfunction, so I'm immature. We've gone over this.
This is insane!
Shannon, you're banned from joking from now on.
Fight me.
Side effects, adverse effects, contradictions, and dosages. I try to read them, but I can't understand any of it. Attempting only makes me sicky. All of this is the rest of my life, every day!
I'm afraid this is the best we can do at this point. New medication's always been developed.
Well, thanks anyway, Dr. Popeye.
What kind of confidence boost is
I'd
that?
be quite afraid if Popeye was my doctor.
Also, I've spoken with your parents and we believe it would be best if you don't return to your old school.
He's going to punch arrhythmia out of you on the spot.
What?
Please go down. I'll listen to what the doctor has to say.
Skipping all this. Skipping.
I think everyone gets the idea that basically we're gonna get transferred to a nice new school. Nursing staff, apparently.
Wait, this is important.
Oh, Independent is a school for disabled kids. Don't try to disguise that fact.
Wear it like a badge, as the imp would say.
If it was really that free, there wouldn't be a 24-hour nursing staff, and you wouldn't make a hospital being a nearby selling point. Oh, this is his house dad here. Who's gonna be the father?
Oh, you be the father, Shannon.
Of course, that's only if you want to go, but your mother and I aren't really able to homeschool you. Sucks. We went out there and had a look a couple weeks back. I think you'd like it.
It looks like I really don't have a choice.
Compared to other heart problems, people with your condition usually tend to live long lives. Yep, you'll need a job one day, and this is a good opportunity to continue your education.
I would like to remind all of you that this guy was at the last year of his high school, so they're going to transfer him to a completely different building and school, which might be very expensive, for just 1 year of school.
This isn't an opportunity. Don't call it an opportunity. Don't call it a goddamn opportunity.
I think I can actually sympathize with this.
Yes,
him.
I can.
I mean, okay, I've been diagnosed with Asperger lately, which is really, compared to arrhythmia, is like, you know, it's like dancing in a flowery camp. But I was really skeptical about the whole thing until I actually met people with Asperger that were awful, like exactly like me, or slightly worse, or a lot worse. So I started to take this seriously, and then I started to realize that, okay. I don't know where I was going with that, but I am trying to convey the fact that I'm sympathizing with his skepticism and his fear, but he's going to have to change his mind.
Well, you should be excited at the chance to go back to school. I remember wanting to return to school, and while it was not the same one...
So you won't meet any of the guys and gals you befriended in 2 years of high school, because high school lasts for 3 years in Japan. So just so you know.
A special school? That's
And now the more you know.
an insult. That is what I want to say. It's a step down.
Not what you think. All of the students there are pretty active, in their own sort of way.
Dad, you're not helping.
Yes, Dad, never mind.
It's geared towards students that can still get around and learn, but you just need a little help in one way or another.
Yeah, one way or another.
Oh, this dad, oh my god, he's trying so hard, but he just cannot quite be... He cannot quite be lied to.
Father of the year.
Oh, he's trying. He's trying very hard. At least, I mean...
Your father's right.
Yeah?
Go on. Can you do Bluto's voice for the doctor?
Let me see if I can do Bluto, because I can't do baritone.
Your father is right. Many of the graduates of the school have gone on to do amazing things.
Oh wait, I think I know.
And many of the graduates of the school have gone on to do amazing things.
Wait, no, that's not Bluto, is it? I remember him having a gruff voice like that.
Deeper tone, but whatever.
A person doesn't have to be held back by their disability.
That's true.
One of my colleagues in another hospital is a graduate.
What does that have to do with anything?
I don't care. A person doesn't have to be held back by their disability. That's what a disability is.
But then again, in some cases, a disability is only a disability if one points out that it's a disability.
Yes, I've seen a lot of inspiring people who were disabled, but yet they still went on to do amazing things. Like one person who didn't have legs went and climbed a mountain, regardless.
Yeah, fuck. He was climbing the mountain. And he climbed the mountain and said, "Fuck you, God," or something like that. Sorry if that sounded blasphemous. That I was really riding on the moment. I wasn't enthusiastic. I am thrilled in the story all over again, and I'm cheering for this guy to get on with his life, or something. Go on. Skip.
Yes, I really hate that. So important to decide for me. It's funny. I had always thought my life was actually kind of boring, but now I miss it. I want to protest. I want to blame this lack of reaction on shock or fatigue. I could easily yell out something now.
Angst! So much angst!
Angst.
Something about how I can go back to school anyway, but no! I don't say anything.
Right, people who write anime and visual novels and light novels, this is how you do angst right. When it's justified.
I agree on that one. I look around the room feeling very tired of all this. The hospital, doctors, my condition, everything.
You know what? I'm tired of it too. Let's change scenery, please.
Yes. There isn't a choice, I know this, but the thought of going to a disabled school, what are those even like? You know what, let's just...
Disabled school? What, is the school missing the windows? That's why it's disabled?
No, it's missing its stairs.
Does the school have a disability?
No, it's missing its stairways. That's why it's disabled. Oh, that was a terrible joke. I'm sorry if anyone felt insulted by the disabled buildings joke.
We're playing a game titled Crippled Girls. I think offensive that won't quite cut it at this point.
At least I still have something, even if it's a special school, it's something. It's a fresh start, and my life isn't over. Finally, some positivity!
Yeah, Sal. That's not going to last.
It would be a mistake just to resign myself thinking that. At the very least, I'll try to see what my new life will look like. And... his eyes transitioned him to the school, most likely. Ooh, I love the art.
Act 1, Life Expectancy. Nice. That's our main character, by the way.
I kind of guessed from the first...
No, I also like this fact. Usually in visual novels, you don't ever get to see how your character looks like, because it's just meant to be the insertion character for the players. But in this case, they actually worked on creating a character that feels like an actual character and not just someone you should insert yourself into.
Yes,
which
especially
is a visual novel that's very right.
Especially since most visual novels usually just give a fringe that covers the eyes, apparently. The gate looked far too pompous for what it was. Yeah, because it definitely clashes with anime. This real life photo. In fact, the gates in general seem to do that, but this one especially so. Red bricks, black wrought iron, and grey plaster assembled into a whole that didn't feel welcoming at all. I wonder if it looked like what a gate for a school should look like, but I couldn't really decide. Probably, no. Apparently this gate had a choice for what it
also
like.
English. Also English. You should say probably not.
Yes.
Whatever.
But
I'm not going to nitpick this sort of.
And I'm nitpicking by saying apparently this gate had a choice to look like this, from what he's saying. Of course, I didn't want to get stuck on thinking about the gate for too long, so I entered.
Neither of us. None of us would want that.
Nobody wants to think about gate.
unless it's the gate of hell, and there's
heaven.
the gatekeeper.
Sal is an overanalyst. You're gonna see a lot of this.
Going to go and some guy in a hood's going to come out and says, "Whoa, I am the gatekeeper."
In case none of you heard what Shannon said over Madhog's booming voice, she just said that he's going to be overanalyzing this main character.
No, this main character, I know it's for detail, but Hisao overanalyzes every little thing. He overanalyzes the bricks on the wall.
Well, to be perfectly frank, that's a typical staple of visual novel main characters. They describe everything they see.
Moving forward feels good.
Then again, this is supposed to be like a novel with visual elements, so it's normal to have certain kinds. It does go a little bit overboard, yes. And now that I think about it, it tends to be a bit too descriptive.
No, I'm not even kidding. There's like a 5-minute scene when you're reading text about him describing him opening a door.
Okay, but if that is the worst flaw of this game, we got off of it lucky.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, back to the
that thing that we're doing right now.
Yeah.
back to the Hemingwayan style description.
So I walked towards the main building of Yamaku Academy with this brisk pace. I'm alone, as my parents are taking my stuff to the dorms, and there's supposed to be someone waiting for me. The grounds are incredibly lush, filled with green. It doesn't feel like the kind of grounds a school would have, more like a park, with a clean walkway going past the trees and the smell of fresh cut grass and all the other park-like things. I I don't want to say this now, but we can see it.
Skip it, the bar. Skip.
Words like clean and
Skip,
hygienic,
skip,
that's
skip,
what I tell
skip.
myself. A few buildings, everything seems off. It's uncanny valley, even though I was told the school. I wonder if this feeling really cause my expectations of a school for the disabled.
Okay, this building is clearly a real-life building, and just makes me wonder, where is this actually taking place? Because it doesn't look like Japan.
No, it looks more like an American school. Well, college. Speaking of that, I don't see anyone else here. It's kind of eerie.
Is this Professor Xavier's School for Gifted Children?
That'd be kind
Imagine if all the disability girls were imagine if all the disability girls were in reality X-Men.
They all have mutant powers.
That would be something.
That would be really random.